I'm from the Buffalo Niagara chapter, and I'd like to tell you my story about changing careers. I came to Buffalo in 1989 and started a wonderful career as a fundraiser. I started as a data processor and worked for about 20 years until I got my dream job as the Vice President of Institutional Advancement at one of the local colleges here. It was the job I'd been preparing and educating myself for, and I thought it was going to be my last job before I retired. And then I got fired. I was 58 years old when I was fired, so I was pretty sure it was going to be hard to find another job. It was my dream job, so I was really disappointed. And it was my sole source of support, so it was a little scary financially. The first thing I had to do was decide what I was going to do. I was pretty sure I didn't want to stay in the fundraising field because I had gone out on a couple of pretty high-powered interviews and my heart just wasn't in it. I was working with a professional placement agency, and I'd asked them, I said, how can I transfer these skills to something else that's not fundraising? So they gave me a couple of tests, and they said they had no help for me.
That's encouraging.
I had savings enough that I could remain unemployed for the next probably year, and so I wasn't too panicked about that. But what was I going to do that was going to make me fulfilled and then also keep the roof over my head? Although the placement agency wasn't really helpful in trying to help me transfer my skills, they were the ones that suggested that I take my part-time tax preparation hobby and turn it into a career for myself. I was angry that they were blowing me off like that. I felt like, how do they know I can even run my own business? So they gave me another test. It said, here, this says you can. Well, as the idea cooked in my head, I really did grow to love it. However, I was still 58. And who starts a brand new business at this stage of your life that has to support yourself? And not only that, it takes time to grow a business. Was I going to have time to grow it and learn to love it and then still do it in the time that I had left and make some money at it? The reality that I would have to make most of my income in this tax business during 10 weeks out of the year was a real nut that I had to crack to decide if this was really was it even possible? So I started to crunch the numbers. Were there enough hours in the day to even do what I wanted to do? Yes, just barely. I realized that I did have a skill to combine my tax preparation business with my not-for-profit expertise and create a new niche market in the tax business that would extend the tax year to a whole year throughout the whole year. But now I had to grow a hobby into a business. And before I ran out of money. That was my thing. And I also knew that 1 out of 5 businesses fail. So although I'm a very optimistic person, I'm also a very practical person. So I did have to look at reality. So to heck with reality, I went for it. I left my fundraising job in May, and that meant I had about 9 months to get my act together and form FMB Tax Professionals. Well, at that point, I didn't even have a name. So I spent the next 9 months creating the name, the logo, the website, learning how to use social media tools, getting my legal documents together, my financial documents, and then I networked, and did some more networking. At that point, my year of financial security was up, but the business was up and running. And I surpassed my goals for the number of clients that year. The second year, I doubled my clients, and then I used money from my IRA to keep eating. The third year, I made enough money to support myself, and I had to pay taxes because the business made more money than I spent, so that was really great. I'm really glad I took the leap. My clients, they appreciate the time that I spend to educate them on their tax returns. I know what their tax return means, and they learn that. I've been able to help not-for-profits get their tax-exempt status in a quick turnaround time and at a reasonable price. I've managed to maintain a good work-life balance, except for about 10 weeks out of the year. And I feel like I continue to make a difference in people's lives. Thank you very much.